Hey guys, follow-up video to all the wood that was back there that was damming everything up, the drainage ditch. So getting in there, cutting things up, clearing all the path for that water to end up going like a half-mile down into some swamp area. And we're gonna check out the pond, the water level, how it feeds into here. And if you remember from those two videos, kind of walking this whole path, seeing what the water level looks like there into the drainage ditch. And we'll see what it all looks like. Let's check it out. So back when this all started, there was tons of like winter runoff, everything was melting, and there was just tons of water. The water level here in the pond was almost to like 9.5 feet. And so we were just over critical mass. All the surrounding water around here just runs into this pond that I excavated. That's why I excavated it. Instead of having everything be just soupy back here and little ponds here and there, I wanted to excavate this huge area and make this into just a gorgeous pond. Just for wildlife, fishing, swimming, whatever it can be. And so that's when I did the spillway. All the water started pouring out into here. And this is where that one video started with all the wood damming everything up, because all this water has been filling up into here. And the way that it's kind of positioned, or like the landscape, is this is like a little bit of a bowl. But that's when I found out that it ends up going back into there. So there's our next stop. We're checking this out for the first time together, and I can tell you right now, the water level is definitely lower. That's where the water would start into here and would flow, starting to go this way. So the logs obviously were cut up and tossed over. And in the beginning of that video, when we initially did like the walkthrough and the time lapse of checking everything out, all these huge logs were across the water, and I knew I couldn't move them by hand. So I chainsawed those off video, just because I didn't think people wanted to see that, but boy was I wrong on that one. But check this out, here they all are. All this wood drying out, tossed to the side. Water's kind of slowly moving here, but the water level's down like crazy. The water used to be all the way into here, and you can see this is all drying out. And the level too is just down a lot. I mean, I remember seeing the water just way higher and running like crazy. In Michigan the last few days, it's been like 70s, some days were 80s. So everything's really starting to dry out, everything's greening up. So you can see in here, just all the leaves are starting to show, grass is starting to grow again. Check this out. This is looking really good. And it's weird not seeing this water move so much, just because the water level down, like by the ponds, getting down from all the runoff, because things are starting to dry out. So this area that used to all be flooded in here, way back into there, in kind of that pasture area I have, it's just nice to see those things drying out, just having this path for this water. We're at the start of the area where things got really fun with all those huge logs that were across the channel here, blocking all the water. So here's where it started, if you remember, and there was tons of logs all across here. There they are here, more over there, some cut up here. But this is what was blocking everything, just tons of logs across, kind of making like its own little dam, restricting all this water, where this area here was super flooded and would just flood all back into there, the pasture area. Let's check it out, we'll walk it. Here's some logs. There's a few more cut up ones. Look at this water level. You can see where it's definitely dropping. It used to be all the way up to here, and now it's just slowly receding down. The water's still moving, but just kind of slowly. And then here was that big restriction right in here. All cleared out. Moving slowly, but still moving. And then I'm interested to see what this looks like, where the water was just pouring out before. Look at this. Check this out. Just a trickle. That is interesting. So that tree, I was thinking that was one of the main blockages there. And it's interesting, you know, hey, as it's gonna get closer to summer and maybe there won't be so much runoff. This is, wow. Wild to see this. Very wild. Wouldn't have thought that would have happened. But look at that, just a slow trickle into this drainage ditch. And then let's check this out. Wow. Nice and clear, but gosh, there's just not a whole lot, guys. Everything's kind of flowing on out and doing its thing. So this is good to see. Well, that's it. I mean, it's good to see that, hey, I'm out here clearing all this stuff up. The water's been able to run off for several weeks now, and so it kind of makes sense that it would look like this. But this looks great. I mean, if we get crazy amount of rains and all that groundwater or rainwater fills up the pond, it has a nice place to go, follow into here, you know, into the drainage ditch and go all the way down to that swampy bog area where all the wildlife and frogs and all that fun stuff will be happy. But yeah, this looks really good. I'm really happy with it. I'm glad to know that it's here, and interested in what next like winter spring brings, in case we just get a crazy amount of snow, crazy amount of rain. Like, we got tons of rain here in Michigan this winter. It wasn't a whole lot of snow, it wasn't even really that cold, but tons of rain. So I'll be super interested to see what this looks like come, you know, late winter, early spring next year, and who knows, maybe we'll be doing this whole thing over again. I don't know. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you later. See ya.